Oh shit. Ah man. Oh man, I wanna watch that. My name is Ian Wallace. Oh, Money. Mendez.
What's up?
I drank way too much coffee, man. Like I'm
Wow.
still sipping on I think my third cup for today, and
I only had one cup, and I thought I was gonna have anxiety, so I just stopped.
Jesus. I heard you guys. Well, I saw you on another stream. Oh, did you follow up with that guy Sean to see how he says cool? Did you
I
notice?
didn't. I didn't pay attention. I
Ah,
remember you told me, and I didn't pay attention.
there we go. Much better.
I feel like I've heard him say "cool" before.
He says it different. About time you reach 1K. This generation is a little slow. I know, right? Hate, 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 hate. But yeah, no, on that show too, you were telling you had an earthquake recently?
Yeah, on I don't even remember. It was on the weekend.
Mm.
Cause what's today? Monday. I think it was on like Friday or Saturday. No, that show. When did we do that show? Saturday.
I
Oh, it
think
was Friday morning, so maybe it was on Thursday.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That show was Friday morning, so yeah, it was bad too. It wasn't that big of a earthquake, like it was like a 4.7, but because it was the center of it was like within I don't know 20 miles of me.
Yeah.
Like it was like the apartment shook, man. Like I was like, it was kind of surreal. I haven't felt an earthquake like that since probably like years, dude. Like at least maybe 7, 8 years. I haven't felt an earthquake like that. So like the shells were shaking, like all my figures were shaking, the detolfs were shaking, the garage shelf was shaking. The detolfs were scaring me after about like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard
was
you
like,
like holding them like
yeah, I was walking over there to like stand up against them and hold them, but it had stopped by the time I got up because I want to say it lasted about like 10 seconds, but yeah, it was pretty crazy, dude. It was like shaking a lot. I'm surprised, like knock on wood, you know how everybody has those detolf shattering problems, like they were shaking enough to where I would have thought they would have shattered, but nothing happened.
where like
Everything
it was, like,
fell over though.
wobbling, right?
Everything in the detolfs fell over, and I've yet to fix everything. It's just knocked over in there, but everything in the garage shelf was cool. Like nothing fell over in there.
It's like, hey Eddie, how's life going? It's like I don't know, I haven't fixed anything yet, so
Yeah, exactly.
that's scary, man. I was in San Diego for like so many years, but I remember probably 3 earthquakes while I was there. It doesn't happen I feel like California exaggerate that. Oh, we're used to it, you know? It's like it doesn't happen that often. It's like it happens, but the small ass earthquakes, you know?
Everybody like King Banana is saying, like, imagine instead of getting under the table, you say, no, I need to save the statues. Like, well, it's like they tell you to go stand under a doorway or something, and it's like, what am I gonna be, some asshole standing in a doorway? Like, I'm not gonna stand in a doorway. What's gonna happen, you know? So
Yeah. I guess like it's life or death, you know. So,
is it?
it's well, anyway, we're gonna be talking about Labyrinth. Spoilers ahead. 1986. So I think that's but that's interesting. Like the earthquake. Nothing crazy. It's just hot here. It's like 60 degrees
Wow, 60 degrees. It's hot.
It is. Yeah, that's hot.
That's not hot.
For February, that's extremely hot.
It's 50 degrees here and it's freezing. So.
Yeah. You guys are probably wearing like hoodies and
well, I don't wear
socks.
Hoodies because I run hot.
Yeah,
because I'm fat. But
me too.
Yeah, I can't. I hardly ever wear anything. The most I'll wear is like a long sleeve shirt. That's like about as covered up as I get.
Back video says, as a Southern Californian, I can say stay the hell out of doorways.
Yeah, I don't get like it's either under the table or doorways, and my table is made of glass. Like it's not that it's part wood, but it has a lot of glass top on it. There's like glass sections. So I'm like, if I go under the table and this glass shatters, I'm fucked. But yeah, and then like I'm too big to wear. What's a doorway gonna do? Like, first of all, no one's fitting in the doorway with me, so it's like, Adriana, you're shit out of luck. It's either me or you in this doorway. And second of all, like, it isn't gonna save me either. So, yeah, they want you to die in those earthquakes.
Yeah. We should say F this movie and just talk about earthquakes.
Talk about earthquakes.
Yeah.
Listen, I love this movie. Okay? I love this movie.
You guys see how like Eddie breaks the fourth wall? He always looks at the camera. I can't do that. Like that freaks me out a little bit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the people watching want you to make eye contact with them.
I'm not even good with people talking to people like that in
You
person.
just keep looking. Maybe it'll creep them out a little bit.
All right, do it one more time. There we go.
What are they doing at home right now?
They are
like
reaching
King
down their
Banana
pants
is
right now.
looking deeply into my eyes right now.
I'm here for the faces.
Yeah.
No, but like we had an earthquake here in the East Coast, which was probably like what 8 years back. That one was insane. You know how it doesn't happen here often, so the plates are like more. They're not as broken up as in the West Coast, so everyone felt it. Like it was a ton.
Yeah, and probably like shakes more.
Oh yeah, it shook, and then it's just like it's like a good, you know, a minute feels like 10 minutes. Like you're freaking out. You're like going.
Yeah.
But I've been through East Coast, West Coast, and I felt one when I was in South America. That felt insane because like girls scream like really loud over there, like Spanish girls. Oh, I was like, oh, like
I've never been in public. And when an earthquake happened, it's always been in the house or like at families' houses or something. So like, I've never like had that experience where people freak out, other than like someone's in the other room like, oh my god, like what just happened or whatever. But they don't scream,
Oh yeah, they were screaming over
so
there. I had one happen at work. I was inside the server room, and like the big one that like hit the East Coast, the server racks, which weigh like 3,000 pounds, 4,000 pounds. They started like swaying back and forth, and this guy, my coworker, he was looking at me like all shook, and I was like, "You fucking dumbass, run! Like go that way! Stop looking at me!" Yeah, and I cleared the whole room out, and like everything fell over, man. I was like,
damn.
Yeah, everything. But he was shook. I think it was like the whole scare,
like that, like frozen in fear.
Yeah. They were just completely frozen, just looking at my face.
Yeah, muévete, cabrón.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm Mexican, but yeah.
Well, you said it the staff. Yeah, so I had naturally assumed.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But
I'm not Mexican either, so
close enough.
I know.
You're brown.
Yeah, browner than you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, California's felt really weird lately. Like, it's been freezing. We get snow in some parts of California, but not like the East Coast guys do. But then, like, all the rain and then that earthquake, and like there was even a twister warning in San Diego.
My friend in San Diego told me they got an alert for that thing.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I'm like, why do I want to live in California again? Someone tell me.
It's happening everywhere. San Diego. I mean, I'm sorry, Virginia. Here in Virginia, it's the same thing.
Really?
It's raining nonstop. It's getting hot. It's supposed to snow today, supposedly. Like it's snowing in Boston right now. So.
Oh, in Boston. I can't even do it anymore.
Yeah.
I lost it.
It's over. It's over. We got to get a 12-inch back. So
yeah.
Let's get to this movie, man. We're gonna be talking about wild stuff, but oh yeah, I cut my finger yesterday making food.
I think you just put a Band-Aid on your middle finger so you could flip me off.
Nah, man, look how like swollen it is. It's like bleeding nonstop.
What were you doing? Cooking?
I was cooking, but I was cutting meat, and like the last strand of meat, I was trying to be fancy, so I just like cut it at a certain angle, and I swear this knife, it went like this. I was like, ow, ow, ow,
and you kept going.
Yeah,
he's like, it's gonna stop hurting after a while. Yeah. You almost cut
why is this being difficult?
Yeah, what this? Jesus, man.
Oh yeah, I cut really deep. I don't know what it was, but I was then after it happened, I was like, was I doing that intentionally? I was like trying to like cut my.
Have you ever been like cooking with a girl in the kitchen and then like just out of nowhere went like ah, just to freak them out, dude? I did that to Adriana one time, but it's never fun doing it with Adriana. Pause, because she's the kind of person that like cries and gets mad. So like I would go like ah, and then she'd be like, "What happened?" And I'd be like, "I'm bleeding," you know, like, and then I'd be like, "Nah, just kidding." But then she'd like cry.
Oh my god.
And I'd be like, "This isn't fun, dude. Like, why is it so serious? It's not fun."
Yeah. I get messed with that too much because they say you're being sarcastic, right? When I'm sarcastic, it's not allowed. So I'm not allowed in the kitchen.
That's what
in the kitchen. Yeah.
You're not allowed to be sarcastic because they'll freak out. Two things are gonna happen. They're either gonna get so emotional that you feel bad, or they're gonna get so emotional that they hate you, or like cut you for real. You know what I mean? So like,
my argument too is like they know what they got themselves into.
yeah, that's true. Everybody wants a dick until they have one.
All right, calm down.
Sorry. I meant like
I know.
Not that kind, but anyway.
Labyrinth came out in 1986, rated PG, an hour and 41 minutes, man. Really quick.
Like an hour and 41 minutes like, lost on your
I'm
life.
trying to speak, man. Like
Right.
trying to give my perspective on this baby. And it was directed by Jim Henson. Do you know that guy? I forget.
Yeah, I love Jim Henson. He did Muppets. He did Dark Crystal. He did I don't know if like he did it specifically. It's his company, right? Because he's like started that whole studio where it's all the puppet things. But he did Fraggle Rock, the dinosaurs. I think the Jim Henson company or
the
studio.
Cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that movie.
Yeah, so he's done a lot of stuff that I love. You know, I'm a big. This is going. Did we mention this recently, or was I talking about it on another show? Where it's like, there's not enough. What do they call that on set? With like, real effects, like practical. There's not enough practical effects anymore. It's like everything is CGI now. So like that's why I love Jim Henson. You know, with all of
animatronics.
And then like all of the environment, they create that and everything. I like that a lot. So
yeah, this is a perfect movie. If no one knows what we're talking about, this is a perfect movie to like get into and see what it used to be like. Like there is some CGI in this thing, but only where it's impossible to do those like puppets and stuff.
Really
they use
quick,
a little bit of it.
Look at Road Dog's comment. Was it who's Siskel and Ebert?
You don't know them?
No.
Those are the guys that used to review movies a long time ago, like Siskel and Ebert. Do you remember like never hearing that on TV?
On a show, or like what did they review it on?
They reviewed it on, I don't know what channel it was, but they had their own show and they would review movies, they would be like very highly rated critics.
So this is a compliment then. He's saying we're highly rated, me and you. We're highly rated critics. He's saying like he's
being sarcastic, but
that it's us though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Oh, so he's being sarcastic, like we're not highly rated critic. Wow, you hate this.
Road Dog, Money Mendez is coming after you. So.
No, I'm trying to understand the context here, sir.
He said, "Come on, man."
Hey, I never heard of him before, man.
But
I wasn't like, I didn't watch movie reviews a lot. Like a lot of the times, I was like, I'm known to like a lot of stuff that people don't like. So if I watch a review, I used to think, oh, they're just gonna shit on something I like.
That was the standard back then. Like, what's the review Siskel and Ebert did? Like everyone would ask.
Oh. Yeah, before Rotten Tomatoes existed, I guess.
Yeah, they were way before that. But I thought they were great. One of them passed away, and then another one had to carry it. He carried it for a little bit.
I'm gonna have to look it up on YouTube later.
Yeah, they have actually videos like of their reviews of movies. They're pretty good. It's really short too. It's like way. But the writers are Dennis Lee, Jim Henson, and Terry Jones. I know Terry Jones from a lot of like other shows too. But stars are David Bowie, Jennifer Connelly, and Toby Fred.
Who's that? Toby Fred?
Oh, look at that! I enjoy your reviews. 2
Oh,
thumbs up. Yeah.
hell yeah.
Uh, You know when they go like critics advise. They put in quotations.
We have to
What-
have a yeah. We should create a rating system like Rotten Tomatoes. I said this one time, right? But we should stick to that same one. Like, oh, because we said bananas. We'll do rotten bananas.
Oh yeah, let's do rotten bananas. Let's just do
Yeah.
rotten bananas. Yeah,
Yeah.
F it.
All right.
Let's do that from now on. I'll ask Dean the Dream to make the banana. He already does those nuts for that other
I
guy.
don't know.
so-
He's hard to come by. I feel like Dean is like solely signed on to the Ben Thomas show. He doesn't really like to go outside of the. So
I'll ask him.
he's a hot commodity, you know. He really only knows how to draw nuts.
Well, banana's not so different. Just, paint them yellow.
There
That's
you go.
it. You see what Cap said? Man, I've never seen this movie.
Dude, you're good at making like clips and like stuff. Like you should get that when Brian is in the banana costume. Like
Yeah.
it's peanut butter jelly, and then we'll do the Rotten Tomatoes or the Rotten Banana score. That's
there
a
we
good one.
go. Then I'll do 2 of them and put our faces on both of them while they're dancing.
Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be good.
Yeah, I could do that. Oh, look, Weta Workshop has 1/6 available of this movie.
I know.
Yeah,
man.
I like their stuff on this.
There was one on sale on Big Bad the other day, but it was from not from this. It was from Dark Crystal, actually. But yeah, I've been highly tempted getting these and then the Dark Crystal stuff that Weta does.
Late Night Trip says this will be in theaters in my area in a few weeks. Definitely going. Well, wait till the review is over so we could talk about
Wow,
it.
you
so.
could tell you. Look,
Oh shit!
wait till Steve's review is over because this is the only one. Like, I fucking love this movie. So
Yeah, freaking Money recommended it. This is Money's
This is my pick.
recommendation.
yeah,
Yeah. See a bit too much of David Bowie.
that's true. That is true.
Proud. Now without the king.
That could have been a banana, by the way.
The baby is the baby of the designer artist.
Is it really?
The baby of the baby.
The baby is the baby of one of the designer artists on set, I'm guessing,
Oh, okay.
in the movie.
You were crazy, now I can see your nuts. That's good.
That is good.
All right, so yeah, we are going to talk about this movie. Actor, a cast.
Wait, who's Toby Fraud, though? Is that... I'm guessing that's the guy who voiced... what's... Hoggle?
Yeah, Hoggle.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't just put Hoggle there.
Yeah,
Oh, no, that's the baby, isn't it? Toby?
Oh, it is the baby.
Yeah, that's the baby.
I wouldn't say he's one of the main characters, though. Hoggle
He
is
is.
definitely... I would say
Ah.
for sure Jareth, Sarah, and then Hoggle would be the third main character, in my opinion. Like, look,
Oh, yeah.
they got Hoggle listed under the father and stepmother. Like, damn, that fool. No credit at all.
Yeah. Well, 1986, so they didn't know what they were doing back then, so it's
Wow.
okay. All right, man. So I'm gonna let you lead this one. I'll go through the pictures because this is your movie, and I got you.
Yeah, so it opens up with Sarah or Jennifer Connelly's character, and she's kind of like reading this book, and she's like in the park fantasizing about her like make-believe stories that she creates in her head, and like kind of out just in make-believe land, I guess. That's what it opens up as. And then it's like it's getting late and it starts raining and she starts running home.
Go too fast.
Oh,
But like,
okay.
I'm kidding. So I didn't remember this at all. I thought
I don't really
they-
either.
I thought they were in that world where David Bowie was the whole time. But no, she is like in the 90s or like, 86, 87.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different world. I completely forgot about it, or I don't. Yeah,
Because she's I don't know if it actually says her age. I want to guess like 16-year-old girl, like living
She was
at
18
home,
when I
right?
met her. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Jesus, man. I wish. You know?
Okay, calm down.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, she's in the real world right now, but she's in a park, like pretending and living in her fantasy land. And then she goes home, and apparently like she has these really oppressing parents that like this kind of like annoyed me a little bit, because I was like, they aren't that bad of parents. Like, they just want her to watch her little brother and all you're doing is fucking pretending in the park, and you're pissed. It's not like you were at a party or something.
We told you all week we're gonna go out this weekend. We need you here at this time.
Yeah,
You're 1 hour late. We have this house that we provide for you, and you're bitching about this whole.
You know what it is? This is a white
Whoa,
family.
look at cancel. Look at cancel. Sorry.
You don't get canceled for Caucasian talk.
Oh, really?
You get canceled for anything else.
There we go. There we go.
That's on the table.
But yeah, like Money was saying, she goes back home, and her stepmom is going like, "Hey," she's being really respectful. I think she's like, "Hey, you know, and don't want to sound like a bitch, but you know, you're an hour late. You know, like me and your dad said we are gonna go out, and your baby brother's here waiting for you." And then freaking the girl comes home, goes like, you guys, I hate you guys. Like,
yeah,
a
little dramatic. It was a little dramatic.
A little bit, but yeah.
I don't even think you hear the dad talk at all. Like, I was surprised you saw him. I don't remember a screenshot of the dad there. Like, yeah, I remember the mom talking to her. I watched this the Tuesday after the show, the last show. So, because I was like that excited to watch it. I just love the movie, so I watched it. But yeah, I don't remember seeing the dad. I remember the mom.
I don't remember this at all. Like, to be honest, I haven't seen this movie probably in 10 years, probably at the most.
I watch it at least, I would say, once a year.
Once a year, dang.
I love this movie, so.
That's okay. That's okay. That's, you know, some people are tripping there. But yeah. So then you get to meet the brother, and she's like, "Man, I really wish you were dead. I fucking
pretty much.
hate you guts,
I wish you didn't exist.
You know, I have so many things to do. I could be in the imaginary land right now, but no, I gotta be here taking care of my brother."
Part of it feels like a play, because she's even like exaggerating, like, "I wish someone would take you away from me." Like, she's like overdoing it, you know, like as if she's like talking to somebody. Like, no one's in this room right now. Who are you talking to?
Yeah, she's a great actress though. Like, I don't know. It's because like I really like her, you know, like.
Yeah, she's definitely very pretty, and she's a really good actor. I like a lot of movies she's in. Yeah.
Beautiful Mind. I know a lot of people don't like that Hulk movie. I like her in that Hulk movie.
Oh yeah, I've never seen Beautiful Mind.
That's a beautiful movie.
Wow. Okay,
Maybe I'll pick that.
And then that other one that I was trying to remember, the last time we were talking about her, when she's also young and they're like in a convenience store or something. You know,
oh yeah. Where she's straddling that.
Yeah. She's in Maverick.
I haven't seen that.
And she's also in what's that? Alita.
Oh yeah, right? That's right. Yeah,
she's good in both of those too.
She still looks She looks really young in this movie. She's aged well, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then like she's like hoping, but then these weird guys go like, she just has to say the right words.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't remember
saying
this.
Like she keeps like saying like, I wish, and they're like, I wish what? Like, to take you away from me. And then when she finally says it, they're like, that's not the words. Dude, this is both. So this is one of those movies that you watch as a kid that's both creepy, but you love. Like, I loved it as a kid, but at the same time, these guys scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, but it was like one of those like innocent like times where like this stuff was very like, there's so many eyes, so many different faces. It's not it's not over the top scary. It's just it's more weird than scary, I think.
It was funny. The big dude kept saying like he would say something like, shush, she's gonna say it. And he kept saying, like, it was funny.
Yeah. And plus these characters, like, here's an example you were saying earlier. These aren't CGI. These are costumes or puppets. They look amazing. Yeah. But going on, this is where you see David Bowie for the first time.
Yeah, it's Jareth. And this is your guy. This is your... Oh, I had that. You wanna jump into that? Your juggling. You wanted to be a juggler back in the day, and this guy was your idol.
That's you. You go.
Okay. I wrote it down. Okay, Labyrinth. No, I put Labyrinth notes, and I only wrote this note down, which was the crystal ball tricks, because he's like juggling the ball, and then he would do this, and like the ball would go from hand to hand, and so the crystal ball tricks were performed by the choreographer Michael Motion. It's Moschen. He would crouch behind Bowie, and he did the tricks with a monitor, because he couldn't see. He was behind Bowie, and his hands were in front of him, so he couldn't see the ball. But he would look at a monitor below to see what the ball was doing in his hands while he did it. So that, I thought that was a pretty cool like little fact.
I wanted to bring up that fact, but it's okay.
I only brought it up for you because I remember you mentioned when I said Labyrinth that you liked that. So
no, so the cool part is like you said, he wasn't looking. It's just like literally anytime you see like someone doing or David Bowie doing tricks with the ball, it's a stunt choreographer or whatever.
Yeah,
he's just doing it like you said. But I would have never guessed that. It's just
I don't even know how that popped up. That was like I was on Instagram and I searched Labyrinth because I was like wanting to see clips from the movie and stuff like that, and then that little fact popped up. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but what's this guy called? The Goblin King?
Yeah, the Goblin King. And so he shows up when she wishes the baby away. He flies in through the window as an owl. I guess the whole time he's like an owl that's like trying to get into the window, and then the window busts open, and he transforms from the owl.
Look, Mark Pearson says, I was heartbroken when I found out he wasn't actually using the fushigi balls.
I don't know what fushigi balls are.
I'm guessing it's those Chinese, like, remember those, like, steel balls, I guess you would say?
No.
They would always come in like a little, no?
Like that little box with the
fabric
in it?
Yep.
Yeah, Jareth the Goblin King.
Okay, this is a good one. I hope they don't ever try to remake it. It's perfect just as it is.
I don't want them to remake it, but I do. A sequel would be cool, especially because Jennifer Connelly's still acting. She's still great. Bowie isn't around anymore, but like you could like have another guy do Bowie. Like there's probably a ton of
like Jared Leto.
Or well, I don't know. Let's take it easy on Jared Leto.
I know. I'm just trying.
But yeah, you could definitely do Labyrinth 2, I think, which might be cool if they tried to write it, you know?
They stick to the source material.
Yeah.
So he tells her, you have to go through this labyrinth to get your brother back.
Yeah.
I thought like the scenes were cool, like the effects, their costumes. I thought they're like whoever set that up, they did a great job, man. He looked over the top, and she looked great too at the same time.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think it's awesome.
It's only forever, not long at all. That's it.
And he said she had 13 hours to save him, or else he'd be stuck there forever, I think.
Yep. And the labyrinth is this thing. I love what she says. Oh, that's not bad. That shouldn't take me too long, man. That was good. I'll get him back.
Yeah. I would have been like, well, it looks like I'm a single kid now. No.
Yeah.
No mother and brother.
So he promises her, like, you could get him back as long as you go through this. And then you see this weird ass fairy in the background. And I was like, man, am I tripping? I don't remember this at all either.
You don't remember the fairies?
I remember.
I remember the fairies only because she's like starting this journey, and then she sees this little fairy, and in her head she loves fairies, but then she sees this little monster who's like trying to kill the fairies with pepper spray, and she's like,
this little monster.
And she's like, what are you doing? You like monster, like you're killing these little fairies that are supposed to be these beautiful creatures. And he's like, yeah, that's what you think, they're pests. And then she goes to touch one and it bites her, and she's like, it bit me. And he's like, what do you think fairies do?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny because I was like, that's true. Like back in fantasy, like fairies were like idolized as like these cute little fairy tale creatures, and like, but yeah, in real life they probably be like a mosquito or something. You slap them away, like, get the fuck.
But it's exactly what you said right there. Like the movie starts off with like nothing is what you expect it to.
Oh yeah,
right.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it starts off with that. The fairy definitely like you're looking at it. It's like, oh, it's beautiful. I'm gonna like caress it and like check it out.
Oh,
But then
caress.
this, well, you know,
Wow.
uh, they're thousands of years old, so that's all I'm gonna say. So then this guy, would you call him the scary guy?
This little
This
monster guy.
Jesus.
He's not that good looking. You know what I mean? Like he's got some problems. Okay, he's seen some shit. You know, he's only 25, and that's
Oh
what
my
he looks
god.
like.
There's one scene that got me where he's the guy. He asked David Bowie. David Bowie is like, if she kisses you, I'll make you a prince. And you just see his eyes just melt and goes, really?
Yeah.
There, we'll get to that, I'm sure. But
There's a
Cap says,
part that I love with him. Oh yeah, yeah, that is like those tooth fairies in Hellboy. That's true. There's a part with Hoggle that I love later. That is something that me and my brother used to laugh at all the time. But when it comes up, I'll get to it. But Hoggle's a cool character. I like Hoggle a lot.
I can't. There's another character I like even more. But like, Hoggle. Remember how they pronounce his name wrong throughout the whole movie?
Haggle? Didn't they call him
Haggle.
Haggle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she starts her journey off, and he tells her, like, nothing is what you expected. So here's the door, and then you get to meet the worm. I thought this was insane. I don't remember this. I don't remember this guy either. I was like, am I
Wow.
tripping?
The worm's funny. She meets the worm because she's running through the labyrinth, and she just keeps running and running, and it seems like there's no turn in it. Like it's either one or the other way, and there's no way through. So she's running, and she stops right here, and she's she's kind of defeated, and she sees this little caterpillar,
Worm.
and worm.
Yeah.
I always thought it was a caterpillar, but he starts talking to her, and he has a funny voice. And she's like telling him like, I need to get through this labyrinth, but I can't get through. And he's like, don't worry about it. Come in and have some tea. And I'm like, how the hell is she going to get in your house, man? Like, you're a freaking worm, you know?
He keeps
And he's
inviting
like,
her though.
Yeah, he keeps like, nah, just come in and have some tea. And I'm like, this guy is a serial killer or something, I think. I don't know.
He looks
But
like
she's like, well, could you by chance help me find a way through the labyrinth? And he's like, well, just go through right there. And she's like, there's no door there. That's all wall. And he's like, no, just go through it. And so she like walks through, and you can see like there's like this, like it's supposed to be
like that
you can't
perception.
see it because it looks like the other wall is the wall right in front of you. But when you walk through, there's a whole nother level in there.
It's just like you're walking through a door, but there's actually it just like looks so But the funny part is like right after that scene, he goes like, oh, thank God she didn't go left, because she went left, she would have went to the castle. I was like, oh, I forgot
he said,
about
don't
that
go that way and never go that way.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah. What's up, Knight? But like again, like it goes back to like this would have looked horrible in CGI. This looked awesome, man. This looked like it was like real. It looked like it was living. It looked really good. Yeah. And then it goes back to this guy, and this is where I was like, oh crap, is this a musical? I swear, if this is musical,
I
I'm
love
gonna call
this.
Eddie right now.
Yeah, I love this song though, dude. The Magic Dance song it's a good song, dude. I love it.
Oh look, Nelson says then she ended up in Wakanda.
Wow.
I do remember the songs, and I remember when I was watching it as a kid, like all my friends would sing along, and I was like, am I the only one that hasn't watched this movie? God damn, how does everyone know that?
I love the song. So yeah, I would sing it all the time as a kid, but it's not a musical. I think there's only 2 songs that get sung in the whole movie. Oh no, 3. I'm wrong.
There's
3.
There's probably 4.
4?
Yeah,
I know there's this. There's
Yeah.
the one later with him where they're in like the dream sequence, and then the weird head dudes.
Yeah, there's that, and then towards the end when he's going up and down the stairs.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. The
Yeah.
stairs one. That's probably the creepiest one. But anyway, you see them and the trolls and or the goblins, and they're with the baby. And one of the things that used to trip me out is when he chucks the baby in the air and then he just lets the troll catch on. I'm like, he just threw that baby in the air and left it there. But yeah, that song is iconic, man. I love the song.
I was thinking about this. Like sometimes I get into these deep thoughts. Like, how did he get there? Was he like a human, like she was, and then ended up here and then became the king, or what do you think?
I think she made him up in her head. I always thought she's the one who creates these stories in her head.
Yeah.
That's the book. I always thought that's the book she was reading, right? And like she either it's a book that she read that she loved from an author or something, or she created him in her head, and like that's what it is. I didn't know either way. I guess.
I guess it could go in both ways, maybe. But yeah, then you go back to her. She's still going through the labyrinth, and then I freaked out when I saw this. I was like, I do remember these guys, but these guys were like this whole sequence of like, if he's lying, then he's telling the truth because he's lying. I was like, all right, she wins.
Every time I watch this movie and it comes to this point, I spend like 10 to 15 minutes thinking like, she got that so quickly. Because he's like, one of us always lies and one of us always tells the truth. And she's like, all right. So like immediately she goes to the guy on the left and she's like, would he tell me that this door is the right way to go through? And he's like, yes. And she's like, well, yeah. And then she explains it like, yeah, you're lying. And he's like, wait, well, what if he's lying? And she's like, well, then you wouldn't be telling the truth. And I'm like, how the hell does this make sense to you? And so I like sit there and try and figure it out. Like, well, if he's lying and he's telling the truth, I was like, this still doesn't make sense.
I know.
But the guys are funny, dude.
Yeah, they go back and forth. Like, of course, they've known each other forever. So yeah, it makes it funnier. I do love this world though. Like creatures all look different. They're their own individual characters, and this world is just like it was making me like think of Star Wars. There's like a whole bunch of different creatures in Star Wars. This thing had its own thing going.
Yeah. He does that. He's good at doing that in all of his movies, creating characters and all having different stories and yeah.
In this scene, I was like, oh man, this looks like one of those.
She picked the door on the right, and she immediately falls down this trap with all these creepy hands that are grabbing up on her.
Looks like my hand on the left.
Wow. On the left? Wow. So she's falling and she's like, wait, catch, like she said catch me or something. She says something. So the hands grab her and then they start talking to her using like hand puppets making faces. It's kind of cool.
Oh, I thought I got it. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Some of them are creepy, dude. And they're talking to her and they're like, so which way do you want to go, up or down? And because the whole time she's been told like nothing is as it seems. She's like, well, I'll go down because, like, normally I'd go up, but maybe down is where I'm supposed to go. So she goes down. And they're all like, at first they make fun of her. They're like, she chose down? Like, that's a bad choice.
Yeah.
And then, so she goes down, and I think she goes back to Hoggo's little, like, house or, like, his little cave or something.
It was a perfect use of the hands. Like I haven't seen any other movie use hands as like puppets or as a character.
And the way they did the faces, that was cool, man. That was cool.
It looked creepy, but then it made sense because it's it's part of this movie.
Yeah.
But and then Hoggo, like this is where you find Hoggo again, and for some reason they don't have plastic in their world, so he freaks out when he sees it.
Little trinkets and stuff. He likes shiny stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's still trying to find her way through, and then this thing comes after it. I want this, man.
It would be cool. Maybe Weta makes a statue of this. That would be cool.
I saw this on Etsy. I couldn't get a good picture
really?
of the. Yeah, it looks cool, right?
Oh, that is cool.
So, like, they're basically getting. Well, come to find out, is this the part where David Bowie goes like, "I want you to stop leading her to me"?
Yeah, I think it was either right before this or right around this. He's like, I need you to lead her out of the
castle.
I need you to lead her out of the labyrinth or whatever. And so he takes her through that tunnel where they end up running into Jareth again, and Jareth makes this thing appear that's gonna ram them out of the tunnel or whatever, and then they end up getting around it by pushing a door down and climbing up a ladder, and then they meet this guy. They're back in the labyrinth again, and they meet this guy, which is another funny guy. And he's arguing with, his hat is like a chicken rooster thing, turkey,
Yeah.
and he's like arguing with it. I forgot what they're saying to each other, but I remember he's like he pretends to be like this old begging man, and the rooster's making fun of him.
I think this guy was voiced by Magneto. I think I saw that somewhere.
Really? The
I
Ian
Yeah,
McKellen?
that guy, that guy. Yep.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
cool. I
so.
wouldn't have known that.
But yeah, this scene was pretty funny because yeah, like the chicken or whatever it is, like it's kind of tough being your head, you know?
Yeah. Um. So anyway, like they need help through the labyrinth, I think. So she asks the guy for help, and he's like, "Well, if you make a donation," and I think he's got
Oh
a
yeah,
little
donation.
tip jar. So
Yeah.
she gives him one of her other bracelets or something, and puts it in the tip jar. And Hoggle gets all mad. He's like, "What do you give him that for? Like you could have gave that to me,
Yeah.
you know?" And then he tells him the way through the labyrinth or something. Does he tell him?
Well, what does he tell her?
I forgot too.
Well, let's keep going. Maybe it'll come up. Oh, well,
Oh, okay, and
yeah.
then he tells him something, so they start going on their way, and then you hear this loud like Hoggle's telling her like, "Oh, I'm gonna help you get through the labyrinth, and like I'm gonna stick with you. We'll do this together." And then all of a sudden you hear this loud roar noise, and this is the part that I tell you is my favorite part with Hoggle. All of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you get through this," and then you hear the noise, and he goes like, "Ah, goodbye." He's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
You always see him running away whenever something comes up. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
he's a coward, you know. That's his thing.
Yeah.
He's like he's a coward. So he runs away, and she goes to the noise, and it's like these crazy. There's like these crazy knights that are like two small dudes, like two like goblin creatures stacked on top of each other, and they have
Yeah.
like a little joust stick that's like another creature, and they're like attacking this monster, and she helps the monster, and these other like she helps the monster from the knights, and they like run away, and she helps him down, and he becomes one of her friends. So she's making friends along the trip. But yeah, this is Ludo.
This is a interesting character because I'm sure this printed money as soon as this came out. Like, if this came out during art, like right now, there'd be like 50 statues of this thing. This character looks awesome. He's like a little mix of like a demon, a little mix of a monkey or chimpanzee.
Like an
Looks
orangutan.
awesome. Orangutan, yeah.
Orangutan or something.
He looks awesome, and his voice is so freaking crazy. His yell is cool too. I really love the yell. But yeah, she made another. She's like making friends through the whole journey, right?
Yeah.
But then like here, this scene was pretty funny because
These
like
guys.
yeah,
The
one of the guys
knockers.
said, yeah, they have those door knockers on Sideshow. I
They
didn't know that.
do they still have the full? They had the 1-to-1 scale ones for a long time, but now the one I think those sold out.
I'll
And
double
now
check.
they have the quarter scale ones, or yeah, like so. There's like smaller versions of them, I think. But
That's
yeah,
still be good size.
they have the knocker on the left and the knocker on the right, and the one on the left he can't hear anything, and the one on the right can't talk because he's got the knocker in there. And they're like they
See no
talk
evil,
shit
hear
to
no
each
evil.
other. Wow, yeah, good. And she's like, "Well, how do I get the door to open?" And he's like, "Knock, and the door shall open." But then like she opens it. She takes the knocker out of the other guy's mouth, and they start talking shit to each other. And I like the one on the left. Like the one on the right is talking shit, and the one on the left is like, "Nope, no good, can't hear you."
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
And he's like, "That guy's always mumbling, mumble, mumble, mumble." It's funny, dude. They're funny.
This could have been a video game, to be honest.
Yeah, like one of those. What do they call those? Open world or suspense or whatever, where you make choices and it leads to different outcomes.
Yeah, one of those games.
Yeah.
So they keep going, and then like this is where you find out again, like, hey, David Bowie's like, hey man, so you're leaving her. She's getting too close, but I'm gonna need you to give her a peach for me, and this peach will take care of everything for us. So, but then the whole time, what's his name, Hoggle? Hoggle goes like, you know, I'm taking her back to the beginning, so there's no need for this. Like, I'm not lying to you, but at the same time, like I want her off my hand. So like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because the peach is gonna put her in like a deep sleep, kind of like Sleeping Beauty or something. It's kind
Yeah,
of like that whole concept, like where you take a bite of the poison apple
like
and it'll
Adam and
knock
Eve.
her out.
Yeah, but I,
That's when he tells him the frog thing, no? Or did he tell him that in the beginning?
what frog thing?
When he's like, if she kisses you, you'll turn
Oh,
into a frog, or no, if she kisses you, you'll turn into a prince. And he's like,
yeah,
serious?
yeah.
He's like, no, but if she does kiss you, I'll have you turn into a toad or something.
What was the threat he was always scared of? Like he's gonna send them to the Stinky Land or what's
Oh,
that?
the swamp of eternal stench.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
The-
like a swamp that like smell. I guess it smells like shit, but yeah.
Yeah, they still go through it. But yeah, so he hands him a peach, and he's supposed to give it to her like later on. And this is where these guys come out out of nowhere, and
These guys were creepy as hell as
I
a
wanted
kid.
to turn off the movie at this very
Really?
moment. Yeah, because I
I
was
like
freaking out. I
the
was like,
song though. I like
their
the
heads keep
song.
popping off, and they're like, we gotta go
They're
for her,
creepy.
her head now. And I was
Yeah,
like, what the?
because they're like singing and surrounding her and like trying to trap her, I guess, and like she starts pulling off their heads because she realizes they can lose limbs. I saw that comment. That's crazy.
Roofies
Yeah,
go
this
way
is-
back, I guess.
This is crazy because I don't know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get her to join in their game, I guess, or whatever, but they're singing at the same time, and she's like, she needs to time is running out, so she's trying to get away from them. So she like, the way they dance, their heads pop off, their limbs pop off and stuff. So she takes their heads and starts chucking them. But I forgot the song they're singing I like the song, but I forgot the words to it.
I cannot tell you one lyric, but I was just tripping out. I was like, all right, I guess I'm not taking the right drugs because this is not. But yeah, like
Take a ride on the wild side or something like that. Something like they're called the Wild Gang. That's what it is. And they're like, take a ride with the Wild Gang. Da-na-na-na, the Wild Gang. Yeah. That's a dope song, man. Look, so if you don't like musicals, maybe you won't like it. But
I like musicals.
when the songs are good, I like them. And this is like that old school, like, cheesy kind of. So I like it. But yeah, they did creep me out when I was a kid. And like, I always thought these guys are going to like eat her or some shit. But so she throws their heads and they start chasing her. And that's when she runs into, like, she gets backed up in a corner, and then Hoggle like saves her by dropping down a rope and pulling her out to the top of that wall that you see on the left. That was like a castle wall, or the labyrinth wall probably. And yeah, and they go up there, and then they fall. Did they fall down like a trap door or something?
No, so they were like leaning back, and like they fall, and then like they fall on top, like you said, they fall on top of this guy, and now
Yeah.
they have
Oh,
this-
they sent him to the bog of eternal stench because she tried to kiss Hoggle. That's what it was. Because he saved her from the guys.
Mhm.
And then so she tries to kiss him. He's like, no, no, no. If you kiss me, he's going to send us to the bog of eternal stench.
Oh, okay.
And so they
that's
fall
right.
down that trap that goes
Yeah.
to that wall. And they get caught on it, and they're trying to walk across it. And that's when they fall on Ludo. But this is the bog of eternal stench with the fart noises and like the poop.
Yeah, I remember this from here on. But this is where you get to meet this guy, and this is my favorite character, just because he's badass through the whole movie.
You're right. He's my favorite too. I like Hoggle and the other guy, but he's my favorite.
The way
He's,
he treats he's a
Sir
dog.
Sir Didymus.
The way he's a dog, but the way he treats another dog like he's his like horse or something. I
Yeah.
have the balls on this guy.
Yeah, that's funny. And the dog's name is Ambrosius, I think.
Ambrosius. Oh,
Yeah,
I
he's like,
love that
Ambrosius.
name.
Ambrosius.
If I get
And
a dog, I'll
he's
say.
like one of those bridge trolls where he pops up and his job is to protect the bridge. Like no one could cross without his permission. So he's like, no. Then he gets in a fight with Ludo, the big monster dude, and he's like smacking him with his stick the whole time, and then he's like, "Sir, I've never met a more powerful match or something, you know, like
yeah.
you truly are a knight of stature," he says, or he says something like that, and he becomes best friends with him.
It was so funny because like after that fight, like she asks him like, "Hey, we're just trying to get across the bridge, and like we don't want to mess with you. We're sorry. We're here, but we gotta get through here." And he goes like, "No one goes past the bridge, especially when I'm around." And she
Yeah.
goes like, "What do we have to do to get past this bridge? No one gets across this bridge. The only way to get across this bridge is only if you ask me."
Yeah, and you have my permission.
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, can we get your permission?" And he's like, "Wow, never really thought of that."
They have Sir Didion's statue.
Yeah, that one was. I think me and you talked about that one, like
I think we saw
on
it
a
backstage.
live stream before, like when it was announced, because I said I liked it so much. I remember that.
But yeah, I love that scene, man. Like he's such a little character to talking to these other characters. Like, you know,
Yeah,
she could even just like grab and kick him out.
yeah,
of the
he's
way,
tiny. He's tiny, but he acts like he's a big, valiant knight. You know,
Small king.
small kings. Yeah, I think
So
I'm
this-
technically a small king too.
Okay,
Come
So-
on, you know, I'm not 6 foot. I think anything under 6 foot is a small king, right?
Oh really? Oh dang.
I don't know.
Welcome to the club, baby.
Wow.
But this is when you find out what the peach does. She starts falling back and she starts tripping, and then Hoggle is like, another time where Hoggle's a coward. He gives in and gives it to her, and he runs away again. And then this is where you see David Bowie. David Bowie in every scene is freaking like in a different costume. Like this guy must have loved this movie or something.
Oh yeah, because he's a big costume guy.
Yeah. But like what Eddie and I were saying in the beginning, like this isn't his arm. This is a stuntable's arm. right
Yeah.
here. So yeah. So this is where they use CGI, where it turned into a bubble and it was going through the screen, it's going
And
through the
it's-
labyrinth.
Yeah. And it gets kind of one of the more weirder scenes. It's like she goes into like a dreamland again, and he's singing to her, and it kind of seems like she's in love with him, and he's like her king or whatever. And that's why I'm thinking in her head she created him as like her idol, but at the same time, like when she prayed for the baby for him to take the baby away, like that's when he became her enemy, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like
You realize like he always dresses up as a bird. Like here he looks like a peacock.
no, I didn't realize that. But now that you say it, yeah, it does look like a peacock.
Here he looks like a crow.
Oh, well, he's an owl, remember?
Yeah, he's an owl at the end of it.
When I was looking up stuff on Instagram for Labyrinth, I found this artist on Etsy that sells like she has 2 portrait arts that she did of Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie's like look in this scene. So I was like, oh, I might end up picking those up just as like a little desk.
Oh
portrait
yeah, that'd be
to
cool.
have. She
Yeah,
sketched them out, so they look cool.
yeah, look good right there in your desk, really small one.
Yeah,
But yeah, she starts tripping, and it's like he's trying to just get her to waste time, and trying to get her mind off of everything.
yeah.
And then she goes into the below land at the dump. I thought this character was crazy.
Yeah, this is another one of those like creepy, scary looking weird characters.
Yeah,
But-
so
It's like to me it reminded me of like a junkyard. Yeah.
yeah, it's just literally a junkyard. She ends up back at a junkyard, basically at the back of the labyrinth again, or like at the end of the labyrinth.
Yeah.
And I guess this is where all their dreams come true, because she's at this dump yard or junkyard, whatever, and she's back in her room, or a door leads back to her room.
Yeah.
And
And
I don't know.
She goes in there and it's all her stuff. And I guess this is like the moral of the story. Like she cares more about her things and like her own she's selfish, I guess is the best way. Like she's selfish. She cares about her stuff, because the whole thing she fought with her brother for in the beginning is because he had her teddy bear,
Yeah.
or whatever. So she like, so when she's back in her room, the little old witch looking lady is like telling her like, oh, here's all your things, and she's like giving her all these things, and they're like stacking up. They're like burying her on. They're like burying her underneath them, and that's kind of like what happened to this lady, I guess. So I guess if she would have stayed there, she would have probably turned into like this old little witch lady.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, like you they say in Fight Club, like you shouldn't let the things you own you, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of the moral of the story, is like care about family and loved ones more than personal things. It's probably a
Yeah.
bad pick for collectors, you know.
Yeah, fuck this.
Bad movie pick.
Okay.
Who the hell chose this shit?
But then like they go back, they like Hoggle comes back, they fight this like Gundam Wing character.
Gundam Wing.
He
they
was
really?
control. You remember that part? Like they fight
Oh,
this big ass robot.
at the beginning of the front of the goblin city.
Yeah.
He's like part of the bridge. Yeah, it's a giant like metal robot kind of thing.
Yeah. But then like this is where you find out like Hoggle thinks he's, you know, brave, so he comes back, saves him. Then he's just a lot of self-pity. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I didn't want to like, you know, let you down,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm not a good guy either. So
He tries to
take me back.
redeem himself.
Yeah. Little bitch ass. No.
Wow.
Yeah, so I couldn't find any good pictures of that Gundam, but they all get together, and then this scene was intense. The battle, like I know the people in the costumes were probably like, you know, short and everything, but their armor and everything, I think it went well with this movie. Like everything.
Yeah, it was a fun scene. It was pretty cool too to see them all fighting.
A lot of detail, man. A ton of detail.
And the different fighting. It's kind of like Star Wars, where they send out the droids and then the droidicars and the like super battle droids. Like when the dude comes out with the barrel, with the cannonball thing strapped to him, and then the other dude comes out with like the machine gun thing, and they have to like destroy both of them. It's funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different characters.
And then like there's the knights again. Yeah.
This reminds me of Golden Axe. Like with the dragons and the knights on top of the dragons.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know? It's not like Golden Axe because they're little tiny guys, but it's funny.
I liked it a lot. It's kind of like there's so many of them, you know, so they're trying to battle these guys at the same time, and this guy starts like calling for his mom or something. He goes like
He can talk to rocks, I guess, is his special power, because he's friends with the rocks.
Mhm.
So he howls and the rocks listen to him, and they show up and start smashing everything.
They start following all these knights, start like rolling over them, killing them, and like so their small team comes together and freaking like owns it. This little guy, he goes like, you guys are a good bunch of guys, but you know, I'll take no you guys should surrender, you know, basically like you guys are
no prisoners or whatever.
Yeah. I was like, man, this guy is such a badass.
Yeah. He's funny. I think that was my brother's favorite character too.
Oh really?
This, yeah.
And his dog keeps escaping all the time. Oh man, this guy.
His dog is a coward.
Yeah.
He runs away.
The dog's dog is a coward. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, they battle. They beat those guys, and then she goes by herself to go fight off David Bowie in this weird ass maze. And this is the next musical where I was like, oh shit, another musical.
This is probably the least cool of all of them. I still like it because it's still David Bowie singing, and I love David Bowie, but this is a little bit creepier, and it's like that. Isn't this this is a famous painting, right? Where
yeah.
it's like the stair maze?
I forgot the painter, the artist. I mean, yeah, it is. I think it's called the Labyrinth. Like it's just a whole connection of stairs. Cool. I think so, but
yeah, it's creepy. She's like trying to get the baby, and it like keeps running away, and they're like walking all around these crazy stairs, and then she ends up like she jumps.
No, before that though, David Bowie is like walking around like he knows the thing. I love how
Yeah.
it projects him going from like
Oh,
horizontal back
and he
to
got up. Yeah.
yeah, they did that perfectly. It's better than what Matrix did. Like I don't know, it just looks seamless,
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
But
good, dude. Especially for the time, like it's really good.
a lot of camera tricks involved. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what's up,
It's a
Adam?
good movie, man.
Escort stairs. Yep. there it
Oh,
is.
Esker Stairs.
Thanks, man.
Or Eschers. Eschers or Eskers?
In America, we say esters. No, kidding.
Oh.
I don't know. But then, like, yeah, so she, finds him again. Like, she beats him at the stair game, and then she goes up, and see, he looks like a freaking eagle here, or like a freaking falcon, I guess. Looks like a
Yeah.
bird again. But like, this is where, okay, I want to see if you think the same. So she goes like, "You have no power over me. So now that I know that you know that, you're nothing to me." And then like, is she? I guess she is the creator of this world, right?
That's why I'm thinking, like, yeah, in her. So, like, the whole time she thinks he runs. It's kind of like that. And it's in a lot of movies, like Inception or something or whatever, where it's like you think the guy is in charge, but really it's all in your head. So it's like your world, so you're in charge, kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think this is where it lost me. To be honest, it ends really quick. It ends really, really, really quick. Do you have anything to say on this scene right here?
No, you're good.
So it ends really quick because he turns back into an owl, flies out of there, and then it just goes back to her house and she has her brother back. But at the same time, she goes like, "I really miss you guys," and like, "I wish I could have you back."
Her friends.
Yeah, her friends or whatever. I would be effed up if I was the dad. I'd be like, "What the? Get my gun out!"
Wow. I don't think her dad could see him. They're still her imaginary friends. I think that's the whole point of like. She doesn't. I think the story you're supposed to learn is like, yeah, okay, it's her imagination fighting against the realization that she's growing up. Classic tale of childhood lost. Yeah, exactly. Like in the beginning, she's kind of in the dream, right? And then she gets mad that she can't fantasize and like she has responsibilities.
Yeah.
So then she goes through the dream again and she realized like this is the last trip I'm ever gonna have in this world, because she's growing up. And then one of the big quotes from the movie is they say to her like, "Well, if you should need us,
Yeah.
we're always here." And then
Yeah.
they show up, like, so she's like, he's trying to tell him like, "Well, we're always here for you, whenever you need to remember us, just remember us and we'll be there." And it's kind of like a happy ending. So like she cares more about her brother and her family now and her responsibilities, but at the same time, she's not going to lose that imagination, I guess.
So it ends like by zooming out of her bedroom, but then you see the owl here at the just looking down on
It's
her.
creeping.
Yeah.
I was creeping there.
But that's all I had for the pictures. So what we usually do here is we go on score and final thoughts on this baby.
Rotten tomato or rotten bananas?
Yeah, how many rotten bananas do you get this thing?
All of them.
I'm sorry?
All of them. This is a perfect movie for me. So I love this movie. It's a 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 100% on Rotten Bananas. I love everything about it. I love the music. I love the actors. I love the characters he created. I love the practical effects. To me, this is one of those perfect 80s movies that I wouldn't change a thing about. So I know that not everybody's going to feel that way, but like, yeah, for me, it's even to this day, I feel that way. It's not like when I watch it when I was 10, it's better. Like, no, this still like hits all of the right childhood notes. And to me, it doesn't feel aged, even though it is aged. But to me, it's like, if I had a kid, I'd still show them this. Like, I'd show them this before I showed them other kid stuff that came out even today, like, so Yeah, I love it.
So you would say like this is like a timeless classic for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
timeless cult
So you
classic.
could watch this like now, 10 years from now, 50 years from
I
now.
watch it all the time. It's a good because I love the music so much. It's a good movie to put on and feel good. Like if you ever like just want to relax on the couch and like you want a movie that's gonna make you feel good after watching it, this is a movie I'd throw on.
That's good. Perfect score, man. So I'm on the same boat. Like as soon as I saw this movie today, it hit all the nostalgia points. It brought me directly back to my classroom when I was like elementary school or middle school, and I was watching it with my friends like all together. And I remember we would laugh, we would sing. I didn't sing along because I didn't get to watch this as many times as they did probably. But like as soon as we would watch it like every other week, I would like go along with it. So I definitely remember the songs. The only thing that holds this movie back for me, like when I saw it today, is just like her. She was so annoying. Like in the beginning, I don't remember her being such a like. I don't remember her being like that, man.
Yeah, she
But-
was annoying in the beginning.
But other than that, I would give this like a B plus. A B plus for B plus
'cause-
bananas.
It's because Steve's childhood died, guys.
Jesus.
It died a long time ago.
All right. Gosh, Schindler's List is always good to put on a Brighton TV. God damn.
Oh my goodness! I've never seen that movie, but I know of that movie, and I know that it's not a good brightening mood movie.
Legend with Will Smith.
Oh, Legend. No, Tom Cruise, and The Darkness. Have you ever seen Legend?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, we know what my next pick is gonna be. It's Steve's pick, but you know what I I love this movie so much. Annoyingly love this movie, Labyrinth. So like, when I watch this, and I go up to Adriana, like Adriana will be randomly like in the kitchen or something. I'll be like, "Hey, Adriana, you remind me of the Babe," and she'd be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "The Babe with the power." She gets super fucking annoyed in a power of voodoo. You do what? Remind me of the Babe. So.
Oh my god.
I love this movie, dude. If they're like, this would be on a top 5 of all time. That's why it's so hard to pick top 5s because it's like, this one would definitely have to be on there.
It's called Legend. That's all it's called. Legend with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Legend with Tom Cruise. It's a sci-fi fantasy movie, and Tom Cruise is like,
oh yeah,
this hero that is kind of like Labyrinth and Neverending Story and all this stuff tied together.
I do remember this. It's with that sideshow.
Yeah, dude, I would love to have that sideshow statue.
You know what? Since this is like statue related to, let's watch this movie next.
You sure?
Yeah.
You don't want to waste your pick, man. You don't have to.
No, that's good.
This is good, man. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this too.
I want to say I've never seen this movie. I do remember
man.
these scenes though for some reason. Like
it's both amazing and creepy. It's like gave me nightmares, and I loved it at the same time.
It was the Tom Cruise first movie. Tim Curry is the double character.
Yeah, Tim Curry is The Darkness. I think his name is The Darkness or something.
That's Tim Curry's and all. Oh, OG fan sends a $5 super chat. Wow. Oh, thanks, man. Perfect rotten bananas to all my sellouts, bottom feeders. Jesus. Cheers on Superman. Money is so money on this, and he has an old soul, classic 80.
Oh,
there
man,
you go.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
well,
dude. I wish I tell my mom this all the time. Like, I feel robbed. I feel like I should be her dad and she should be my kid because I'm like, I feel like my mom wasted the 80s, the 70s, and the 80s. So I always tell her, I wish I was alive with that stuff, man, because I would have much rather lived through that time than the 90s and the early 2000s. Even though that was cool too, we arguably have a really cool generation, but 80s and 70s, 80s, man, amazing. Music, movies, everything.
Oh yeah. But OG fan, thanks for the super chat. If OG fan, this goes out to you and everybody else. But if you guys ever want to join us, like we usually do this on Mondays. So if you guys ever want to join on one of these reviews, like you guys are always open to join. Like I know the chat is the chat, but it's cool to have more people on just to bounce ideas.
Yeah, dude, it would be cool to have like a full panel for a movie review.
For a movie review, yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yep. But yeah, if any of you guys ever want to join in, this will be for next week. So it sounds like this is a great movie. So
It could go either way.
oh, the confidence in your voice.
It's
man.
a great movie, but I'm always skeptical, man, because you have a good mindset with this stuff. Like you tend to not be stuck in like the shit today. So I feel like you'll like it, but also I could see some people being like, oh, it's outdated, or you have to be super into sci-fi too to like it. So like if you like things like Neverending Story and Legend or Labyrinth and dark stuff like that, Dark Crystal, like this is that sci-fi story. So
I'm definitely down for like old classic stuff. So
nice.
And if it's a good story, it's a good story, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Everything was better than man. It was awesome.
Yep. The girls have bush. Then you love to see. That's the one thing.
Yeah. Okay. So Legend for next Monday. Monday's good for you still, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Next week is like
Monday's a holiday. You're not doing anything? Okay. Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah. It's a Ridley Scott movie. Oh, it is thing. Damn. I like Ridley Scott too.
I didn't know that. So that's cool.
Well, thanks for picking the movie, man. The movie brought me back a lot. Like I said, man, like as soon as I was watching the movie, it brought me back directly into that classroom where those small ass desks and you're like the blue or orange chair that goes under them, like that fold everywhere. But like it brought me back to that. It was cool.
That's cool.
And like when teachers bring out that roll TV, that big ass TV they roll a card on. Yeah,
back when
like
TVs were round, almost like big and square.
There you go. Revenge of the Nerds. We got Bush.
Yeah.
I like that movie too. All right, man. So, yeah, man. So, again, OG fan, thanks for the super chat. Nelson, thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Kennedy, everybody else, Cab. I hope you guys get to, at least one of you guys join in next week and, have fun with us on these reviews. But, yeah, but I'll see you guys next week. And Money again, thanks again for joining. And let's get out of here, man. Well, we got 14 people still here. Anything you got anything coming up? You have a show tomorrow or you got anything coming up?
What's today? Monday? Yeah, I mean, the usual. CW tomorrow and Thursday, if they're doing Small Talk, I'll be on Small Talk, I think. And Friday is LWO. I don't know what channel it's on though, so if you tune in Tuesday or even afterwards, you'll see. I'll mention on there where it is, and then Sunday, same thing. Ben Thomas show, all the same stuff. I got this. I'm gonna actually shoot a review today, I think, on this. So this is the old housekeeper, which is Alfred from both. From all of the old Batman, really, he's in all of them. He's in Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. So, and he comes with a ton of cool accessories. This is from Mars Toys, so third party. But it really good likeness, and it's a good third party figure. So I'm probably gonna work on that review for the rest of the night, and that should be, hopefully I post that tomorrow or sometime this week. On MadeMedia, so yeah, trying to do more, man.
Yeah, like little by little, but that's cool. That sounds great. Tomorrow I have the statue giveaway, so if you're around, like get yourself a free statue.
Away, man?
The Tweeterhead Merman. I don't know if you remember that.
Damn!
I know.
It's a detailed statue, dude. Did you guys get that?
Well, I got it for like hitting 1,000. So like
okay.
Yeah, I usually try to do
1,000, by the way, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. Every 100, I try to do a statue giveaway, but it's getting expensive. So yeah.
Yeah, every 100. So now every what? Still the same? You're gonna do?
No, hell no. Every 1,000.
Wow, every 1,000.
I don't mind getting. If I find a good deal, I'll do it whenever I get a good deal. Like I'm pretty good luck with good deals. So I'll do that tomorrow. Thursday we have a movie review, but yeah, man. Like I'll show you this really quick. I got so I'm going to a Comic-Con and this guy's gonna show up there.
Oh, dude, I wanted to talk to you about that. Weren't you gonna see what's his name there? Carl Weathers?
Yeah.
Dude,
I ordered this. I know.
We literally talked about him the last show, and then that happened, and I was like, dang man, me and Steve were just talking about him.
I know, man. I ordered this. This came all the way from Australia, and like it got here too late. But
Man,
unfortunately, he passed away.
that's crazy.
Yeah. But one thing I wanted to ask you, I guess we're live still. Do you think it'd be very insensitive to make this guy or ask this guy to put if he dies, he dies?
No, that's
No,
a
it's part of the
classic
movie, right?
line. Yeah, no, that's
okay.
it's
That's
just
what exactly.
yeah, it's just bad timing. But yeah,
like-
no,
that's what I wanted.
I would 100% want that on there. I guess we'll see how I would even be kind of annoyed if he was like, "No, I can't do that," because of that. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, it's still an iconic line. Like, I'd be like,
I'm not
"You
thinking
better
these
put
out of
that
the
shit on
box."
the fucking.
God damn, I was like, I don't care if you're like 6'7", like
Yeah.
yeah.
He's cool, man. He's cool. I love Rocky, and then I love Expendables too. He's in Expendables, and I never seen the original He-Man movie. I used to love that movie. Now, granted, that movie
don't
is
know.
trash.
Yeah, I don't know if that
So,
does well, but yeah.
I loved it as a kid, but yeah, I tried to watch it like years ago, and I was like, "Geez, this movie sucks." But I still love when I see Dolph Lundgren, I see He-Man.
So this Comic-Con is the beginning of March. So I don't know.
Nah,
but that's literally what I always
yeah,
quote. If he
nah,
dies,
yeah,
he dies on some of the shows.
Yeah,
So
I don't see a problem with it, but again,
I'll ask
it's
him.
a
and
more
if he-
sensitive world these days. So
yeah, I'll ask him. But if he says no, I'll tell him to put in like
tell him
something
Tell
in
him, all
Russian.
right,
or
I don't
something.
want your signature. Then never mind.
God damn.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
let's get
man.
out of here. Yeah, see you guys next week. Peace.